welcome to Adobe Live. Hello, hello. I've got some new friends here with me, Maxime and Sabrina here from Faire Projects. Welcome, you guys.
Thank you.
Yay! So this is their first time on Adobe Live. Everyone in chat, give them a warm welcome. Say hello. If you haven't said anything in chat yet, say what's up. We are at behance.net/live if you want to come chat with us. And if this is your first time hanging out with us, Adobe Live is a weekly show. We're here pretty much every Tuesday through Thursday, lots of Fridays as well, focusing on different spheres of the creative universe. So this week we're focusing on graphic design. We just had Christine and Michael, and now we have Faire Projects. And we're finishing the day with Christy, Stevens, and Erica. So if you want to check out any specific stream, there's the schedule. You can always watch the replays as well. Caroline says, hello, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you as well. Shake your hand. Catherine says, hi from Wisconsin. Hello, hello. Daniel says, welcome, guy. Welcome. What's up, Co? Glad to have you. So I just want to let you all know that we have a couple fun things going on during the stream before we jump into their awesome work. We'll be doing a chat and win in about 30 minutes. So that is your opportunity to participate in the chat and possibly go home with something pretty cool. And then we're also having a challenge today. So today's challenge, if you want to check it out over here in the challenge tab, it is to create an announcement poster for a fictional Adobe Live creativity conference. So it's your chance to do some branding for the conference that we all wish existed, an Adobe Live Creativity Conference. Find more info about that in the challenge tab. And we're going to be sharing it with the Behance Work in Progress tool. So click the clicking here button in there, or check out the gallery in the challenge tab. But that'll be in about an hour and a half when we check that out. Okay. So Faire Projects, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome. Who are you?
So we are a graphic design studio.
Yeah.
We kind of customize in typefaces and brand identities. So we make a lot of custom typefaces for
print materials, websites.
Run-of-the-mill graphic design stuff.
Run-of-the-mill, nothing special.
And because we're a small studio, we kind of do everything.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like that's the curse and also the blessing of small studios.
Yeah, it's really nice because you get to kind of get really involved with, clients or, people, and then help them throughout all of their kind of
materials.
needs.
Yeah, you kind of like through the whole life cycle.
Yeah.
You're there with them. And you can see behind us some beautiful work of theirs that you can check out. And over the next 3 days, you're going to be working on something pretty cool, right? Cool.
Yeah, we're excited to share. So we have a little intro to us to share with you guys, and also to the project that we're going to be working on. Bonjour.
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 Yeah, we're a French-American studio. I'm American. Maxime is French. Yes. So, and I think that's a big part of our identity as well, because it kind of brings two different viewpoints and perspectives on design. French design and European design tends to be like very artistic and cultural.
We had a totally different education.
Yeah.
I was like in the fine arts, and Sabrina was in a more traditional graphic design school.
Cool.
Yeah, it's just like
Nice.
a little bit more commercial. So our two perspectives kind of merge really well in Faire Projects.
And I noticed that might be a little bit of a French twist as well.
Totally a little play on words. Faire in French means...
Oh yeah, but so Faire, the way it's written in our name is to make, to do, to cook. So all those things, and it was playing with the, fair in English.
So
trying to be...
We make projects, and we hope that people think that we're fair with our projects.
Trying to work for people that have fair projects too.
Yeah, that are nice people. We like to work with nice people.
Cool.
So these are some of our recent projects that we wanted to share, just to kind of give you guys a little bit intro to our work. Our work really tends to be very typographically driven. So we have the Beezer project, T360, and Smart Wetlands. And I'll start with the Beezer project, which was a brand identity for a preschool, after school, like a school for young children.
Cute. cute.
Yeah, and they are doing really, really interesting things, like kind of approaching education in a different way, where like a lot more emphasis on play and like learning where your food comes from, and kind of just really a little bit more of a radical approach to compared to like the typical preschool education. And they're always growing, so they're always like, she's doing Lauren is the person that runs the Bijou project, like she's doing an urban farm project or like a camp or after school. So we built this identity to be able to encompass all of the different projects that they run. So we'll share that after.
Sweet.
And then T360, we wanted to build them like in a similar vein. They're a consulting real estate company.
Yeah.
And
they have different branches as well.
Yeah.
They do summits and there are so many things in real estate.
Yeah, like they're a small team that does a lot of different things, and so every different thing that they do needs a name. So that's kind of part of our system for them. And then Smart Wetlands is a nonprofit building wetlands on farms to kind of reduce pollution.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they're doing really, really cool stuff. So then if we go to the next page, you can kind of see how our system for these projects, how we think about it. So the Bijou project, we built the logo to have space to be more than just the Bijou project. It's the Bijou urban farming project, the Bijou preschool project.
Cool.
A lot of different things. And then for T360, because they have all of these different programs that all need different logos and they're always making new stuff, we designed them a custom typeface so that every time they build something new, they can just have it right away, and they don't need to come back to us to hire us to make a new logo.
Oh, smart design.
Yeah, and then Smart Wetlands, we were really inspired by kind of their mechanical drawings, their engineering drawings. So we have a bunch of different patterns that we pair this kind of very tech-focused logo with to kind of communicate with farmers and talk to that audience. So that's like a little intro to our work, and then you can see how these projects come to life a little bit. Yeah. And they're in color, but we like color, but we also like black and white.
Yeah, I like it as well. I think we're all pretty monochromatic today.
Yeah. Project timeline. So this is a short overview about what we're going to be doing for the next 3 days. Today we're going to give you an overview into the project, and then we're going to start designing. Tomorrow, designing the branding, and then tomorrow we're going to continue the brand design, and then Wednesday and Thursday we're going to execute that, and we will explain what that means.
Cool. I love how you even designed that, just little map, little wayfinding through the project. Super cool.
Yeah, it's helpful. So what is a micronation? Because what we're going to be doing is branding a micronation.
What even is a micronation?
What is it?
Please tell me.
So a micronation is when somebody decides to basically declare independence either on a land that they own or that is in disputed territory. And often it's interesting because often it's in protest of something. So there's one in Australia where I think they were going to build this really small community. The Australian government wanted to build an aluminum smelter plant or something there, and the community tried everything that they could to fight it until they were that's it, we're declaring independence and you can't build this plant here, we don't want it. And it doesn't have much significance with the government. The government can of course be we don't we don't recognize this,
right?
But it often works really well in terms of garnering publicity and media attention to the thing that you're trying to protest against. So
it's always in court, and it never ends
Yeah, it's really interesting. So these people declare independence, and then they build a full out country. They have their stamps, they have their passport, they have
the
Yeah.
flag,
Yeah.
I just want to do it just so I can like make
Yeah.
my own country. Why not?
the backyard.
Yeah,
the
you can,
backyard, exactly.
you can name it. It's a whole creative exercise. So the micronation that we chose to do a brand identity for is called Ladonia. And it is, so from their website, what is the Royal Republic of Ladonia? Ladonia is a micronation. We are an aspirant state. We are built on freedom of expression, and we value art and creativity as the necessary components of society. So we really, really like this idea of building a country just like for art.
Sounds good to me.
And on the beach,
Yeah.
in a beautiful landscape.
In
Heck yeah.
Sweden. So to give you a little bit of background about it, an artist in Sweden created these sculptures, a series of these sculptures. These two aren't the only ones. On a remote nature preserve, so not really easily accessible. I think you can only get there by boat or by walking.
Whoa.
So it took the government a really long time to find these sculptures. So they were there for 2 years before the government found them, and then as soon as they found them, they were these got to go. Like, this is a nature preserve. You can't have sculptures here, and there's no permits or anything. And so then the artist went through like tons of legal battles until finally, like, the sculptures miraculously stayed there, and then he was like, all right, that's it. Like, this is now my own country.
Yeah. He earned it, honestly.
Yeah. So that's how the Royal Republic of Ladonia was born. And here you can see.
Whoa.
Yeah,
from the water.
I'm just wondering how they built this, if it's so remote, like taking boatloads of sticks, just finding them in the forest.
I think this one is all driftwood. So they must have all been found on the beach, but it's crazy. And it looks like it's like structurally sound.
Yeah.
Like you can like walk and climb on it.
I would be scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we really, really like this idea. And we like the idea of kind of building art from, just what's around you and, working it into the landscape.
Yeah, right. I don't understand why they had such a hard time with it if it's like still natural.
Yeah.
Even if it's a nature preserve, it's just rearranged in a different way.
Yeah, it's not, exactly. So our goal for this branding project is to create a visual identity that feels like the creativity and the artwork and the landscape of Ladonia.
Cool.
So our references are Ladonia itself.
That's awesome.
So we're really inspired by these kind of like visual construction of these, it's kind of organized chaos where it stands up and it's strong and it's sound, but it's kind of going all over the place.
Yeah.
And also kind of the nature itself, how it's really rough, and there's that contrast because it is on the beach of like solid land with like water that's really fluid, and they're just the really bright, beautiful colors of the landscape.
Yeah.
So that's kind of our starting point of, that we're gonna run with for the next 3 days.
Amazing. Chelsea wants to live there. She said Ladonia sounds awesome. Can anyone go there?
You can become a citizen.
Yeah, you can go there. You become a citizen for $30 or $20?
$30.
$30.
Yeah.
Ladonia.org.
Yeah.
Chelsea, go there. Or anyone.
Yeah, send us pictures.
Yeah, when you go. The Queen of Ladonia, Chelsea Skinner. Cool. So this is the adventure for the next couple days.
This is. And we were really so we've been thinking about this for a little bit, and we were really inspired by it. So we kind of wanted, we got a little bit of a head start. Oh, here are some little Ladonia things.
Sweet.
Their motto is to each his own.
Is this your motto that you made up, or it's actually theirs?
This is real theirs.
Cool.
Yeah.
I can imagine this on like a coat of arms or like around a circle. Nice.
Yeah. And their national anthem is the sound of a stone being thrown into water.
Where did you say this is? What country?
Sweden.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, love it. So these are the assets that we're gonna show you guys that we already prepared.
Yeah, so
Whoa.
we to prepare and have some assets to work with during those 3 days, we usually like to design a typeface for a brand identity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we took the couple of days we had before to think what the typeface of Ladonia could be. And so it's like a mixture of the straight wooden sculptures.
The sticks and stuff.
Yeah, and the beach is a rock beach, so there's a lot of round shapes. So we try to incorporate roundness and straightness in every letter.
This is beautiful. You designed this.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Chat. Are you amazed? I'm amazed. I thought this was like just one that you might have downloaded from a Foundry until I saw the title.
And the one on the right is if the typeface was stencil, because that could be helpful for signage and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Totally.
We like the idea of just you have your stencil and you just go spray paint like onto a piece of driftwood.
Totally.
Like, sculptures are that way.
So it's a little
Amazing.
more of a display typeface.
Yeah. Kian says typeface game, next level. Seriously. I agree.
And then after we tried that.
Oh yeah, so here's like, you can see these a little bigger.
Yeah.
Some of the details you can see, like, we tried to keep it really weird too.
It's a little alien feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like weird glyphs, like a different language.
I agree.
Yeah, like, and we like the idea of not having stuff too symmetrical either, because everything's like a little bit crooked. And, and then here's the stencil.
Wow.
Yeah, and we even designed like a little, because the currency of Ladonia is Ortag, I think.
Ortag, yeah.
Is that a real currency?
No, they made it up.
Oh, it actually is. I think it's the currency that Sweden had in the Middle Age.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
so there are like really old coins that, you know, rusty coins. So we thought maybe like the T will be like a nice letter.
Yeah, the Ortag, so yeah.
For the sign.
This
That's
is
the last glyph is.
their money symbol.
Okay. And is one of you like the type person, or is it kind of both of you?
That's that.
Maxime?
Yeah, it's more me, but Sabrina can design typefaces
I love
too.
designing typefaces too. I have a little bit of a shorter attention span to go into all of the like. I love to design the first like 26 letters and numbers and punctuation, but then there's like so many other glyphs.
Yeah, or like alternate glyphs.
Yeah.
Woof.
And details, kerning, and
Yeah, seriously. That's actually a great segue. Chat, do want to remind you that we have hundreds, over 600 new monotype typefaces available on Typekit. So if you don't want to design your own, but you want them that's super beautiful, you go over and check out Typekit to find over 600 from the beautiful Foundry Monotype.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks, Monotype.
We often use them.
Yeah, they're great. Oh my gosh. That X though, OMG. I agree.
So yeah, Maxime kind of took these and ran with it and made even more crazy stuff.
Yeah, after so just like trying to play with those shapes even farther.
Yeah.
And like thinking about the sculptures and trying to incorporate that within the typeface, and maybe it can stand by itself.
Yeah, you really deconstructed it.
Yeah, so
And
it's kind of like you can see where we started from and like where it went. And we have no idea how or if we're going to use all of these.
But it's probably a good thing to have and to play with during those 3 days and see how it can go with colors and I don't know, patterns, graphics.
What's it going to look like on a passport and an ID card?
Yeah.
We don't know.
It's funny to think of this like natural society having like an ID card or a passport. They'd just be like, I have this stone. Does this work?
I think that's a really good point. Is like I think we should challenge ourselves to think about what's like fitting for the country. We have this question: what does a country's visual identity consist of?
Right.
So national colors or like a color palette, and then a flag, of course.
Yeah.
But after that, like a currency is probably useful. They do have a constitution, so we're thinking about maybe typesetting their constitution.
The cover, maybe.
Yeah, sweet.
But yeah, if anybody has any suggestions about what a country's visual identity consists of, have any ideas or like anything you want to see us make.
Seriously, let us know.
Yeah.
This is pretty open-ended and cool.
Yeah. So today we're going to get started with kind of the big chunks of thinking about what their national colors would be and what their flag would look like. And also...
yeah, I'm trying to think like about typography, because we probably won't use only this typeface we designed.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because what will go with it. And we were thinking that it's helpful to have some kind of seal, like some kind of mark that you can put on the passport, and you can also put on the money, or like, you know, on the top of the Constitution or anything else. So that is where that's where we're going.
Drive us there. Take us by boat.
Yeah.
And later we can have fun with posters, maybe, and postcards. Or
Yeah. Super cool. And before you jump into it, chat, I want to remind you that we are challenging you to create alongside Sabrina and Maxime. We're challenging you to create a poster for a fictional Adobe Live creativity conference. So work on some designing and some typesetting for your make-believe conference while they're working on their make-believe branding, I guess.
Yeah, can't wait to see what you guys make.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Kian says, just use the typeface, it's already done. Boom, ship it.
Yeah.
Amazing. Dustin says, this is a really interesting project, a great idea.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I think it's such a good example, too, of like just setting a project up for yourself, making it interesting, because so many people always wonder, like, I just got out of school, how do I fill up my portfolio? And think of something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just find something that makes you want to keep reading on Wikipedia. Like
Ooh,
something
that's
that
a
you're
good
really interested in, and
Yeah.
then go down the rabbit hole, and then think about how you can share that weird interest with everybody else.
tip. Yeah, design the thing.
Yeah, just make it.
Cool.
Cool. So yeah, we're gonna get started. I think I'll take colors and flag. You'll take. You want to work on the seal
Yeah.
and the typography.
Nice. Dueling designers.
Yeah,
Love to see it. Oh, is that your pup?
that's our pup.
Oh, Finn.
Love Finn. We made him a little stamp to seal our envelopes.
That's
for the new
amazing.
year.
New Year cards.
Yeah.
It was the year of the dog.
Yeah, that's true.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Setting up our file.
Sweet. Do you have any specific ways that you like to set up your projects?
We kind of just go into it. I'm a little bit organized chaos. I think Maxime's more just organized.
Less chaos, chaotic neutral.
I mean, the beginning is always chaotic.
Yeah.
Illustrator everywhere, sketching,
Right.
and then usually we get more organized in design.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's definitely our process of like start in Illustrator and just like sketch and work outside of artboards and make tons of stuff. And then once we're like, oh, is that nice? What, does that look good? And
Is this good, Finn? Tell me.
yeah, then we'll put it into InDesign, into like a presentation format, and that tends to really help us see right away, like in a like more clean space without all of the mess around,
Right.
if it's good or bad. I think that's too many colors. I really like when countries, like, I feel like the strongest identities are like 2 to 3 colors for like a flag.
Yeah. I really like the Japanese flag.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Totally. So simple. So iconic. The U.S. flag, it's a little busy.
Yeah,
It's got quite a few little design assets, but
a lot going on.
still like it. Still proud of it.
It's funny to think like a long time ago when people were like making flags and like people were sewing, like it's so easy to make the French flag, for example, like you just sew a straight line twice and you have the French flag, but then like the American flag,
Betsy Ross over here.
you have to like sew stars and stuff.
Yeah. That's awesome. I wonder what the most simple flag is. Maybe Japan?
Japan.
But it's a
maybe.
circle, so it's like a lot of angles.
Yeah, that's hard too to sew. Yeah, that's a good question. We've been looking at a lot of flags recently, like when we were kind of doing some research. It's really fun to see like what people put on there. So I love the Brazilian flag.
Yeah?
It's so interesting.
I can't think of it. Let me look.
It's
Brazilian.
really geometric.
Oh, yeah,
There's
yeah,
got
yeah.
some details in it.
The
Yeah.
starry
it's like not what you would think of, but it's so
It looks like a space.
Yeah, right. Like it could be the logo for like a spacecraft or a space mission. Nice. So Tim says there are 5 rules to designing a flag.
Ooh.
Keep it simple. It should be so simple that a child can draw it from memory. Nice. Use meaningful symbolism. The flag's images, colors, and patterns should relate to what it symbolizes. Use 2 to 3 basic colors.
Yep, keep it simple.
There we go. And I don't know what the rest are. Tim, come on, we need 4 and 5. He's like writing them as he goes.
No lettering or seals.
Oh, never use writing of any kind or in an organization's seal. Well, Brazil, you didn't.
Yeah,
You
didn't
didn't
follow the rules.
follow the rules, Brazil.
Spain.
Still pretty cool though.
Yeah. I love it when people know and understand the rules and then break them.
Oh, yes. They're like, yeah, but what about this?
Yeah. It's like first you have to understand them and then you can break them.
Yeah, that's such a designer thing
Yeah.
as well. Oh, he says, by the way, not my rules. You're
Good
just
to
a
know,
messenger.
Tim.
Yeah. Thanks. And thank you, everyone,
Nice.
for hanging
Yeah.
out with us. Tim, specifically, awesome moderator.
Yeah,
Thanks.
thank you for the advice.
Yeah.
Mhm. Seriously. Hello from Toronto. What's up, Faison? Welcome.
So I think to get started, we're probably going to change these once we see it in action.
Okay.
But I think that it's kind of nice. Maxime, what do you think about just like kind of using the green and the blue, like grass and land, grass and ocean?
That's cool. I like the idea of gray also because the beaches.
Oh yeah,
rocks
there's
and,
like a lot of stones. Like yeah, some kind of warm gray.
Ooh. Grays are so interesting. A little bit of a grayish going on. A little bit of a
Grayish,
tan.
I like that. Grayish.
One of my fave colors. Rachel says the San Francisco flag is a sight. I don't know if I
Ooh.
can think of it. I didn't know there's a flag for a city. Oh my.
Ooh. Yeah, there's some really bad ones too.
There's some really bad ones. It looks like they made it in paint. Oh no.
Let's see. Do we know what the size of a flag is? Is it 5 by 7? Does anybody in the chat know?
Chat,
the
what size is a
official
flag?
size of a flag?
Like 5 feet by 7 feet, you mean?
I think so. That seems gigantic. Maybe
Yeah.
3 by 5.
Usual flag used at home is 3 by 5. A casket flag is 2 by 5? 9 to 1? 9 to 1 ratio.
I think let's go with 3 to 5.
Okay. Sounds
So we'll
good.
keep that ratio.
Nice. So Maxime's over there working in TypeKit. Finding
Yeah,
some
I'm
good
going to
typefaces.
try because I think with the typeface we have, it'd be nice to have maybe a slab typeface or a mono typeface. So let's see what TypeKit can offer us. Like this one looks kind of interesting because it's round. It's got like these
Ooh, I like
slabs.
that.
So maybe we
Is
can.
it called anonymous?
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That kind of fits Ladonia.
Fits the bill for sure. And chat, it is about time for our chat and win. So while they're working on some typefaces and some colors, you know what to do. This is the time where we ask you to come and chat with us in the chat pod. Go to be.net/live if you're watching from YouTube. Come on over to Behance. And we're going to ask them a question. And when they answer it, they'll be entered to win a $30 gift certificate to moo.com. Moo is an awesome publication and printing company that you can get all of your business stationery, any printing needs that you could possibly ever need. Make it simple to create beautiful, expertly crafted business materials on Moo. Personally, I think a lot of designers use Moo. Affordable. It's good quality. You can get some foiling. You can get colors along the edges. You can get square cards. All kinds of good stuff.
We love Moo. We print our business cards with Moo too.
Perfect.
Yeah.
There you go. So you could win $30 to Moo for their entire website. It could be any of your printing needs. They do posters and flyers and the stickers as well. So let's ask them a question. It could be anything like, what would your flag be, or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, what would your flag be?
Yeah, okay, describe your personal flag to us. You have a minute, and we'll be back in a moment.
Ooh,
All right, everyone, what's your flag like? Mitch says skull and
Magenta
crossbones.
chrome.
Solid black flag. Nice.
Oil.
Anarchy. Earthy.
Green Mountain Sun.
It's going so fast.
Yeah.
Somebody
Which-
said two pandas fighting over a beer drunk.
Oh,
It's very specific. Your aesthetic is interesting to
Yeah.
me.
it's gotta be big.
A pork pie. And we have
Deer
a
and
winner.
forest.
Yay, Sky Adams. Congratulations, you are the winner of our Chat and Win gift card from Moo. Congrats, Sky.
Congratulations.
If you're in the chat, let us know and be on the lookout in your Behance messages. Adobe Live will be in contact with you soon. But chat, do not be too discouraged if you did not win. Moo was kind enough to provide 15% off for everyone else in the chat, just as a thank you for hanging out with us. So go
Wow.
to, I know, thanks Moo,
Nice.
moo.com/Adobe Live. It'll take you to their website and it'll give you a 15% off coupon. Like I said, they have all kinds of stuff. They have notebooks, envelopes, stickers, flyers, letterhead, and just their beautiful business cards as well. So seriously, if they use it, you should probably use it too. Yay.
Yay. And they have a great eco-friendly option too.
Perfect.
Yes.
There you go. Paper products are good. Well, in moderation.
Yeah. Use the recycled one.
Yeah, exactly. Compostable. Great. Heidi is still pondering her flag. You got time.
It's a hard one.
Yeah.
It's hard to think about. I'm just re-looking at some of our reference images for of the sculptures and stuff to try to get inspired for what the flag can look like.
Yeah.
I like the idea of like building blocks or kind of doing something that feels like construction.
Right. It almost feels quilt-like as well, like
Oh,
very
yeah.
handmade.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
It'd be cool if there was like some sort of texture
Mm-hmm.
always in there.
Yeah, we actually thought about, I hope that we have them. Yes. We have some shapes that we just like ripped up some paper.
Cool. Oh,
Yeah. And yeah, and so with like kind of that ripped texture that we really liked.
totally.
Impossible to sew onto a flag, but you can screen print it.
Okay, there you go. Or you can just like custom rip every little.
Yeah.
It'll be slightly different in each flag.
That's nice. Like if you have a basis of shapes and then just kind of randomize your flag. It
Right.
doesn't create much of a national. Maybe that the national identity is based in like being random.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
That's true. Or like, it's also a little bit sustainable. Like you can make your own flag with whatever kind of fabrics and materials that you have, just in this general shape.
Yeah. If you have like rules about like what colors it can be. That's kind of nice. So yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think once I'm gonna keep trying to make some sketches, and then I think once I have a layout that I think works, I'm gonna try to see how it would look with shapes with texture.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Texture always makes things better, in my opinion. Kevin says he likes the one where the sticks are at the bottom. Gotcha. Ooh, we have a nice little layout going on. We can see both screens, and also us at the
Yeah.
bottom.
Yeah. How are you doing? You're testing Anonymous?
Yeah. Let's see how. Oops. That's not it.
Slabby.
I don't have it on the computer yet. I don't know why.
Cool.
Oop. I don't know where.
So many choices, especially with those over 600 new monotype typefaces available. It makes the choice almost impossible.
Yeah, you can spend all day looking at typefaces.
Seriously, how long do you think you spend on like a branding project researching typefaces?
Oh, so much time. So much time.
Yeah, it never ends. There's so many details, and then you want to make more ways.
Yeah.
And
just like even researching of like typefaces that we don't draw, it takes so much time to decide like the correct feeling that we want to give to a project, because typography is like something that's like can be really minimal, but like it needs to work for like big display, and then you need to think about even like the smallest details. So there's, you know, it's always kind of giving a feeling to the type that it's, you know, being set in.
Right.
From like the biggest display to the smallest detail. So it's something that needs so much attention. And like we always wind up looking at like hundreds, and then you have to kind of narrow it down to like 2 or 3 to share with the client, because you can't give them like too many options, because people that aren't designers have a really hard time at looking at or like even seeing the differences in some of these minor, you know, like where, you know, whether the A is like that or like that.
Yeah.
It would make such a big difference to us, but like some people don't even notice it.
Yeah, or they might subconsciously notice it and get like scared and confused. Like, I don't understand why this is different, but it is.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like either of them. Man, you really have to kind of put yourself in the shoes.
Yeah, it's really helpful once you like get used to kind of presenting and talking about stuff a few times, and you hear what people are afraid of or like what they don't understand. Then it helps you like learn how to address that and make people more comfortable, because like the best design is always a collaboration between like us and the people that we're working with.
Right.
So like if they feel comfortable like contributing and having an opinion, it makes it much better for us. But like if they're, you know, afraid of, you know, either not knowing what they're talking about or just like, you know, speaking like I like that or I like this, but they can't express why. That's not really too helpful for us.
Right. Man, so you really have to be teachers and like coaches
definitely.
as well. It's tough.
Yeah.
And chat, if you have any questions for Faire Projects, this is the time to ask. They're here for the next hour and some change. So go ahead and ask those questions about being their own small design studio, design basics, what have you. I know they already mentioned that they had very different educations. So one more fine arts, one more commercial. I bet that creates a really nice combination.
Yeah.
Different strengths in different arenas.
Yeah, it's really nice because like I can take a project to, like when I start working on a project, I immediately think about like how it's going to be applied into like a million different ways and like, is it gonna work? And Maxime is like way more creative, and he's just thinking about like kind of the big ideas and stuff like that.
Right.
So there's a nice balance of like, he makes kind of stuff that's like more weird, and I'm like
being conceptual and weird, and
you reel it back in.
but like we always try to be really functional.
Yeah, that's super
the
important. Yeah, if you make something super cool but nobody can use it, it's not.
There is no
you
point.
didn't do your job well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have some typefaces if we want to look at.
Let's look at them.
Yeah.
So there's this typeface called Archia. That's kind of interesting. I like that it's there is a light version. I didn't write Republic the correct way, but that's not an issue right now. And I think it's nice to pair it with a typeface that's a little lighter. And
I like that.
I also like a mono typeface because I don't know, it kind of reminds me of like telegrams and
I like how it's they've got like little slabs, like they've got little serifs.
Yeah, and like the construction of the typeface is
it kind of plays back to the idea of like the sticks and building.
This is Korea,
So for people who might not know what a mono typeface is, how would you describe it?
Oh yeah, so it's each glyph is the same width. So it's always a mono typeface for like cutting because it makes it easier.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
Yeah, it makes interesting shapes always because like if you think about how wide an M has to be because it does this, but it has to be the same width as an I. That's just a little stick.
Yeah.
So that
And so I think typewriters in the past were, I don't know if they were really monospace, but they were probably close. Because
Yeah.
like each stamps was the same width,
Gotcha.
more or less. Yeah, and there's also this funny typeface that one of my friends designed by CAD, which is I think the code was like having like 4 lines, and it was random, and so it generated like over 1,000 shapes, and then looked at each of them and tried to find letters in them.
That's incredible. What?
Yeah. And it's actually having a Kickstarter right now.
Cool.
So
that's a really cool
it's-
idea. I don't know. I think we probably need something more legible.
More
for,
legible. But that's
That's
kind
cool.
of funny because it's kind of reminding me of the sculptures.
It's totally in the same like idea, the same
Yeah.
vein.
Yeah, I feel like you could use those letters and like layer them on top of each other to make the
Yeah.
sculpture.
And-
Zach says it's still better than my handwriting.
Same.
I also really like Peach, a typeface designed by Clean Type.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Because it's really light and it's got like those, like if we go into it, there are really interesting details in the construction.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's a little rounded.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, you know, the 2 pieces of wood attached. And
I really like these
Beautiful.
details around the T and the I, how it's
Yeah.
like not a perfect corner.
Oh, yeah.
but unused small, it's kind of a nice contrast with the Ladonia typeface. So that could be the typeface we'll use.
I'm into it.
So what are like?
I tried to use
2
Typekit,
choices.
but I don't know if I'm connected to
Oh.
Oh, it's not syncing.
yeah,
Oh, you
like,
gotta sign
I
in.
might have a problem with
Yeah.
internet. I don't know why.
Let me.
Oh no,
Is it good?
yeah, that's good. But I gotta sign in with.
Okay, we'll go over to
Another
Sabrina's
account.
computer. If you continue to have trouble,
Yeah.
let me know. I can help you out. Dustin says it's in the details. Agreed. Faison, when in doubt, use Helvetica.
Yep.
Futura.
Always works.
Yeah, I want to know, Chad, what are your like go-to typefaces? If you're like, this has to look good, don't have a lot of time, which one do you use? Do you have like go-tos, favorites?
We have go-to foundries for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it depends of the client and the budget. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for example, when we worked with Smart Wetland, they are a non-profit, so they had a really tight budget.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we went for open source typefaces.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we kind of have like our type foundries, and Typekit is always like a nice platform to find typefaces because there is this those features to look at to find the to
Yes.
find really quick your typeface if you're looking for a sans serif, a serif. So I'm gonna try to refine the Anonymous. I think
Oh,
that's what
right.
it's called.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It'd be cool to test that one.
I have.
Oh, people are saying curls. I doubt that curls is your favorite typeface, Anna. Come on, be real.
Comic Sans.
Yeah,
Potentially.
Comic Sans.
A lot of people are saying Open Sans, Avenir, Futura.
Open Sans is
Yeah.
a really great open source typeface.
Cool.
Yeah, we use it a lot.
Very nice. Don't forget Papyrus. Thanks, Faison. I want to remind you all, chat, to not forget about the challenge that's going on right now as they're working on their collateral. You should be working too. We're challenging you to create an announcement poster for a make-believe Adobe Live Creativity Conference. So whatever that means to you, using InDesign or Illustrator or Photoshop, make an announcement poster. There's some really great examples. If you go to the challenge tab over here and click on the gallery link, you can check out what people have been making so far. I think we need to see at least like Christine said 15 last stream. Let's do 15 again this stream. Let's see. So we'll be looking at those in about 45 minutes and get those submitted. If you don't finish your project during the next 45 minutes, no worries. We have one more stream of the day. We'll be going from 1 to 3 Pacific time. It's like, what time zone are we in? So you have until that time. And we're going to be picking one winner from all of the different streams. So be on the lookout in your Behance messages at the end of the day. You could have won. Yay, yay, yay.
It's so exciting.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I like the ball on top. It's like kind of balancing some movement.
I like the idea of having like a white flag. I don't know how well that'll read. Maybe we should try some super bright color ones too.
Yeah, just for fun.
Yeah.
But I think a white flag would be pretty cool. It's
Yeah.
kind of like the Japanese flag, has the white field, I guess you would call it. Oh wow, Munir, that sounds amazing. He says he was reading and designing on the beach yesterday.
Ooh,
Ugh, fantastic.
the dream.
The dream, for real. Munir, that's where you make your good stuff. Your beach designs.
Yeah, I love that. Like, there's no longer this feeling that you have to work in an office to make stuff. That it's kind of widely accepted now that you can work wherever you're most comfortable, and I think that's really, really nice for creativity and creative people.
Yeah, and I think you're right. The stigma of like, that's lazy or you won't work as hard is kind of phasing out. I think people have really been like, if I want this freedom, I gotta work hard.
Even like traditional office hours are like, in a lot of places, people are being a lot more lenient with like, you know, you work, you know, because it's hard to be creative on a schedule, right? Like, it's easier if you have like, you know, you have to get something done by a certain time.
Yes.
And then you kind of organize yourself to make sure that that gets done. And, you know, because it's really hard if like you're not a person that's really creative in the morning and you have to like force yourself. It's good to force yourself too, but
yeah, good to stretch.
Yeah.
But just knowing that you have that flexibility to even like force yourself or try new things is nice. So what are you guys like? Are you morning designers, night owls?
I think
It's kind of depends.
yeah, it depends on where we are.
Physically.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we're in Europe. Or
Recently, we've been more morning people because I like, if I know I have a lot of responsibilities or a lot of things to get done, I like to get started right away, and then I feel better about like taking breaks and you know, doing what I need to do, you know, hanging out with my dog or whatever. Once I have a couple of things crossed off of my list, versus like taking time in the morning. So like I'd rather like go to the beach at night.
Gotcha. Nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
It's all done.
Yeah, once all the emails have been sent. Yeah, I like that.
I'm the same way. I don't like to have things looming over me,
Yeah.
but I also don't like waking up early, so there's like a small window. Rachel says, edits in the morning, fresh designs, and extreme creativity in the afternoon.
Yeah, that's a nice schedule.
Cool. Blue Oranges says, clock versus creativity. Clock always wins. It kills creativity. That darn clock.
It's hard.
Totally. Ooh, I like this lime green.
Yeah.
BG.
Are there any lime green countries, like flags? I can't think of one.
Well, Brazil has the bright green.
Brazil's pretty green.
Bahamas has green, or Jamaica has green in it. And it's kind of bright, but I don't think it's the whole field.
It's funny because the actual flag of Ladonia.
Oh no, what is
Oh
it?
no.
What is that?
Oh, I might not be connected to the internet. Okay, yeah. This is the flag of Ladonia.
Oh.
Oops.
So it's kind of like the actual flag of Sweden, is that
Yeah,
right?
yep, exactly. I think Sweden is blue and yellow. IKEA colors.
Yeah, right.
Uh,
Compare, contrast.
and the Ladonia flag, I think the way that it's intended is that these white lines are not supposed to be seen. This is just like you're supposed to sew it.
Oh, okay.
And so it's supposed to just be like a solid green.
Gotcha. I wonder what color the thread's supposed to be. Green?
Yeah, I wonder if they, I wonder if that's prescribed.
Ladonia flag. Do some research over here.
Yeah.
I just see a bunch of clip art. That's not helpful.
Yeah, did anybody, I wonder if anybody's ever sewn it.
Mm-hmm. Well, never mind.
Let's see, I wonder if all of these are a little bit too complicated.
And it's interesting also to think that a flag is a very like dynamic thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a lot of times flying in the air and moving around. So it's like doesn't need to be that exciting of a design.
Yeah.
But also it's portrayed often just flat on collateral and the Constitution perhaps. Tim says, keep it simple.
I think that's the way to go, Tim.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Matthias, our resident Swede, is in the house. Sweden for the win. Have you been to Ladonia?
Yeah, have you ever heard of Ladonia?
Tell us about your adventures. Chat, you've got about 40 minutes to get those submissions in for your Adobe Live Creativity Conference. I'm really excited to see all of your work. And Maxime and Sabrina are going to be doing a little bit of critiquing too, giving some feedback on your designs, helping you make them the best that they could possibly be.
Yeah, can't wait to see what you guys come up with.
Yeah. He says, "La what?" I'm guessing no. You don't know about your own micronation in your nation?
Yeah, could be right in your backyard.
Literally.
Just across the street.
Could be. That's cool.
Yeah, I really like trying to find a way to like show construction or like in a simplified way, but I think that there might be, the negative space might be too strange. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it's hard to tell on a white background with a white artboard.
Yeah.
And I did notice that both of you are using the light UI for the light background.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Is there a
because we're
reason?
messy, so we can
Oh yeah.
we can go everywhere.
It's kind of just an extension.
Yeah, that's like the beginning of the project, so we can
Yeah.
I
think our
have
Yeah.
everything, and then after we'll select what we liked and put it in artboards.
Yeah, we try to like not be like too concerned about being organized or messy at the beginning and just be like as creative as possible.
Yeah. Erwin says, I've never seen so much passion with 3 shapes.
Yeah, right?
They're so dynamic and just their like innate ability to be in front and behind each other.
Yeah.
There's that movement, there's that construction. Rachel says that she sees these shapes groupings as being animated, like an animation storyboard.
That's awesome.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
You
I wonder if there could be like, every flag is different, but they're all having those shapes and
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Cool. Gonna hop over to Maxime's computer, see what he's working on. Ooh.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to look at what the steel could be, or like a little mark. I think like so I was trying to do like some kind of simple construction inspired by the sculpture.
Yeah.
With the typeface, and maybe LDA could be like a nice abbreviation of Ladonia. So I just started to put that in there, and I'm going to try to see how the letter can be arranged and if there's any fun stuff we can do.
Sweet.
Yeah, I really like those.
So how do you kind of balance you're working on this, he's working on that. When do you come together and be like, oh, our branding does not match? How do we get this to match?
Well, I think it's helpful that we work, this is basically our work setup in the studio as well. We work next to each other. So, and we check in a ton because it's just us usually working. Occasionally we work with freelancers also, but for the most part it's just the two of us.
And so right now I'm working in black and white and Sabrina is working with colors. So at one point, you know, we have a talk and I start trying to see what it looks like with color, with the colors Sabrina came up with. And same thing, she incorporated the typeface and other stuff.
Yeah, yeah, it's nice because like just seeing what he does kind of gives me ideas about what I could be doing also. Like that seal that he made with like it had like 3 shapes with like a couple of crossbars. So now I'm thinking like maybe 3 tall shapes is cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's also like since we're both working on the same direction, essentially we're just working on one direction for this project. And but like for most clients, we work on two or three different directions. Per, you know, when we make a brand identity. So usually like I'll get started on one and he'll get started on one, and then maybe we'll switch, and then he'll kind of take over and so that way it doesn't, because it's always better to have more eyes on something, more hands on something.
Right.
Because like you know what you can come up with can be limiting sometimes, like your own personal perspective and like what you like. A lot of times I'm like, I like something better, and then I have to ask myself like, why? Is it like my personal taste, or is it because it's really better? Yeah,
right. Or just because you put like your blood, sweat, and tears into it, so you're like, yeah, this is better.
Yeah, exactly. So it's the same thing like with clients. A lot of times they'll ask for certain colors, and I'll be like, I don't think that's good, but then I have to kind of be like, is it not good because it's like hard to read or clashes with the other colors, or is it like my person? Do I just not like this color?
Right.
Like,
yeah. I feel like I would have a hard time with that. Being like, but yellow and purple, really? Yeah. It's the Lakers. Come on. Are you sure Lakers? Okay. Dago says, what are y'all doing? Playing with some shapes.
Making some flags.
Yeah, Dago, so this is Faire Projects. They're working on the branding for a micronation, Ladonia. It's a real thing.
It is real.
Yeah.
It's got, how many visitors does it have per year? 20,000? I might be making that up.
I think 40,000, and there's 20,000 citizens.
Wow.
Whoa. But no one actually lives there, right? They're just like citizens.
No.
Yeah, no one lives there. Maxime, you want to look at some shapes and let me know if there's something that looks like a good, strong flag.
Cool.
I have lots and lots and lots of options.
Yeah, I was going to say chat, let us know, but I don't, that'd be like the one with the 3. Wait.
Yeah. Exactly. I think we can start to eliminate some that we don't like.
Cool.
I think let's get rid of this one because it's too messy. This reminds me of like that the ball is going to roll down and keep going.
Yeah, it looks like a witch's broom too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we can get rid of that. Maxime, do you see anything you want to eliminate straight off the bat?
I like stuff like on top right, even with the circle, like a little more simple.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I generally like when there is just 3 shapes, more than when there are 4.
Okay, so let's get rid of the ones with 4.
Get out of
I
here.
think, I don't know what you guys think.
What are you thinking of white background versus like lime green or a different color?
I think white is cool.
Yeah, I think that
For
can
the
be really
flag.
bold.
And then after, for different materials, we can try to see what it looks like.
Yeah,
like
we're
that.
change up the colors.
Yeah.
I like white too. It kind of like, it's the opposite of a pirate.
Yeah.
um,
We're a peaceful nation.
yeah.
Blue Oranges wanted to know, is this a pro bono project? What are you charging for this? This is just personal.
Yeah, this is a personal fun project. Occasionally we work pro bono, more like volunteer for like nonprofits that are doing really great stuff that we really believe in. There's this website called Catch a Fire, and you can donate you can volunteer with your professional skills, which is really interesting.
That's awesome.
So like if you're an attorney and a nonprofit needs an attorney, you can volunteer like that, which is also, you know, often can make a much bigger contribution than just like, you know, being a regular volunteer, because you're providing a specialized skill. So we always try to do that a few times to do some, you know, pro bono work for people that are making the world better.
Yeah.
Use design for good, not evil.
Evil design.
Yeah.
What do you want to be when you grow up? A designer, but an evil one. I like these organic shapes that, Maxime, you're incorporating.
Ooh, I love that.
Almost looks like a map, too, like from the
Yeah,
sky.
That's kind of fun, yeah. And it's a bit more organic. Yeah, and I tried something like this too. Because like we were thinking LDA could be the
like country code.
The country
Great.
code, and then you know, we can read Ladonia with the
Is there a
sculptures.
country code with LDA? I don't think so.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
That's my job.
There's probably one.
Ooh, Malda. Oh no, it's a city code
Okay.
in India.
That's okay.
Oh, yeah, that's an airport code. That doesn't count.
Yeah, I don't think Ladonia will have an airport.
Yeah, but it'll have a boat. It'll just have a port.
Yeah.
They could have, you know, the planes that land on the water.
Oh yeah, totally.
That could be cool.
Ooh, Bernadette says shout out from Cape Town, South Africa.
Hey,
What's
Bernadette.
up, Bernadette?
Hello.
Thanks for hanging out. We've got Shauna Parmesan as well hanging out with us. What's up, Shauna? Thanks for hanging out. JP. Hello, hello. If you are just tuning in, we are focusing on graphic design this week on Adobe Live. So this is Faire Projects. Sabrina and Maxime.
Hello.
Hello, hello again. Working on some branding and marketing for a micronation. Amazing.
It's a tiny country.
It's literally tiny. Tyrone says hello. Roxanne says I'm listening but not participating. That's all right.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Yes, seriously. I don't know why I clapped for you. Like, yay, thanks for listening. Appreciate it. But seriously, if you're just listening, almost like this is a little bit of a creative podcast, that's cool too. If we're on your second monitor and we're super tiny so your boss won't see us. Really quiet. Ooh, Erwin is watching from the Netherlands. Awesome.
What time is it there?
Yeah,
Gotta be getting late.
tell us.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Dirk says hi. Hello, Dirk. Dago says, you're on my laptop. How big are we? Like 2 inches tall? I love being tiny. It's so fun. Dago's in Texas. Tom's in
Nice to
Orlando. Ooh, Texas. Missouri. Dustin says, I'm watching this in front of my boss right now. What a cool boss you have. Hi, boss. Matthias says it's 9 p.m. in Sweden. Gotcha.
Yeah.
The sun has set on Ladonia for the night.
Yep.
Oh, Bernadette says it's 9 p.m. in South Africa as well. Finally made it. Usually watch
Wow.
the next day at work. Yay! Thanks for hanging out with us
Cool.
late at night. Ooh, Munir wants to know, what's your favorite process about presenting projects on Behance? So do you mean like Adobe Live or when they post it on an actual Behance project? Let us know, Munir. Faison says, clients always want you to make things pop.
Yeah.
How do you make things pop?
Yeah, that's one of the most common things. Can you make it pop, and can you make it bigger?
Yeah.
Like, you don't want it bigger, I promise. Daniel says, I feel like Ladonia would have the coolest military uniforms.
Yeah.
Would they even have a military?
I don't
No.
think so. We were thinking about making them soccer jerseys.
Oh, cool. Definitely
Yeah.
play soccer on the beach. Well, maybe. It's not
Yeah.
sandy.
Yeah. Maybe a beach volley team.
Yeah, badminton club.
Yeah. I bet a lot of people just build
I
a
think
little
that there
rock
is
towers.
Yeah.
a ministry of ice skating in Ladonia.
Ministry of
Ooh.
Ice Skating.
Yeah.
I wanna be
Because
the
I think when
minister.
you become a citizen, you can become like a minister or something.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, you can
everybody
join
can,
the government.
you know, I guess you can just decide what your title is.
Oh my
And
gosh.
somebody decided ice skating. It's pretty funny.
Chad, what would you be the minister of? Minister of hugs? Minister of rock piles? Army of seals? Yeah, they could have seals. An army of them.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
SEAL trainers.
Yeah.
Minister of cool. Minister of design.
Yeah, there you go. It's important.
Rachel says, Minister of magic, of course. Very cool. Shout out, Harry Potter fan. Minister of tacos. Wow, you are very creative. Minister of puppy petting.
Oh.
It's my job. I gotta
Yeah.
pet these puppies. Oh, that's awesome. Sathreed says, this is better than any tutorial.
Oh, cool. Yeah, if you guys have any questions,
Yeah.
we'd be happy to try to answer them if we can.
Try.
Yeah.
I like that caveat. Oh, okay. So Munir's wondering, like, what you need to focus on when you are making a Behance project to make it really pop, or to like get featured on Behance.
Yeah, it's tricky to make your work stand out online because
Totally.
there's so much. I'd say take as much, pay as much attention to how you present your work almost as to how, like, the actual work itself.
Totally.
Think about like how you can photograph or scan, or like what, you know, what's the best way to make, you know, your work look good in a presentation, because like a lot of people, if the presentation isn't as good as it can be, won't take the time to actually look at the work itself,
Yeah.
which is frustrating. And there's definitely like this feeling of like, oh, I just finished this and it's so cool, I want to put it out there, like
Yeah.
I want to share it with the world. But if it's not, like, if you don't take that time to really make it great, it's harder to get it noticed.
Totally. Like, you need to work with the same level of skill on your actual presentation. Yeah, Rachel, that's a good point. A good presentation can make a seemingly boring project seem super interesting.
Definitely.
Mock-ups, photography, animation. True. Or just good design. Good layout.
I think people appreciate that too. Like, if you work with clients, they like to see their, you know, kind of what you made for them in like as nice of a light as possible.
Totally.
Too. They get super excited when they see you, kind of, because you're kind of doing a little bit of promotion for them also.
Right. Yeah.
And for personal work, you just kind of like want to make it as cool and interesting as you can. It helps to have to work on a project that has kind of a concept that you can carry through into the presentation. Like we worked on a project for Smart Wetlands, which is all about building wetlands, and so when it came time to think about the presentation for that, we took the pieces that we made and we live near like a salt marsh, like a natural wetland. And so we just brought our stuff there and tried to see what would happen if we took pictures like in the wetland itself. And it didn't take us like too long to take the pictures, and it came out like we were super excited about how it came out.
Nice. Yeah, Kerwin, good point. Presentation can sometimes make the difference between client approval and rejection.
Oh yeah, definitely. When you're presenting work to like not once it's finished, but like when you're presenting ideas and stuff, presenting it in a nice way. Like we always use mock-ups and help them try to imagine it in real life, because they don't, like a lot of people have a hard time just looking at a logo on black and white on.
Seriously.
Yeah. I mean, some people get it, and that's so great when it happens.
That's a lucky day
Yeah.
for you. But really, you have to kind of take out as many hurdles as you can for someone who isn't a designer. Like, they hired you to do that.
And it doesn't take that much more time to like put a logo on like a rectangle, you know, as like a business card, and then put contact information on the back, and like, this is what your business card could look like with your new logo.
Seriously.
And they get so excited.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it exists. And you're like, technically no, but if you think so, sure.
Every once in a while you get the people that are really nervous, like, I didn't, you know, like, wait, this isn't approved. Like,
You didn't put this on a real billboard, did you? No. That's what Photoshop is for.
Look at the window, it's on the billboard.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Look under your chair. Everybody gets a billboard. Is that how that works? Oh my gosh, Tom, that's an amazing dad joke. He says, balloon manufacturers rarely ask for ads to pop. They're the nervous sort. You're right, Tom.
yeah, they're the only ones.
Yep, right. But they probably do want it bigger or... Welcome, Rada. Thanks for hanging out. What's up, Rob? Thank you for hanging out with us.
All right, Maxime, we've got more flags.
Yeah.
Lots and lots.
Let's see. Let's try to get it down to like one, and then refine.
Cool.
So these are some of the earlier ones. I
really like this one.
Yeah, you like you like having the circle.
Yeah, because it's kind of like a window on the water, and the sticks are kind of like the sculptures. I think it's kind of interesting. And
I like these ones
maybe
too.
the gray or the red, the black stick could be green. And yeah, they're all fun.
I like
Helpful, Maxine.
Yeah.
Helpful.
I think my favorite is with the blue circle.
Okay.
Okay,
It's definitely an outlier.
Because then after
Yeah.
it gives like two different shapes and elements that we can play with more complicated assets.
Yeah, that's true. I think these are my 3 favorites.
Cool. JP says chats should help you decide once you have a top 3.
Yeah.
Chat, do you have thoughts?
Middle.
Maxine will be paying bribes with what are they called? Ologs? The currency?
Yeah, or dog.
Ortog. Precious Ortog.
Yeah. If you guys have an opinion about top, middle, or bottom, let us know which one and why if you can.
We have a poll. Sweet, we can watch it live. Rachel says middle, JP says top. Tom says it looks like legs about to kick the blue ball. That's true. Gabrielle says the middle, now make the background blue and the circle white to represent the sun and moon.
Yeah, I thought about sun.
All right, let's see. Middle is in the lead at the moment. Oh my gosh, by 79%. Oh my
wow.
gosh. Oh my gosh.
All
You
right.
can hop to my
That's
screen,
really
okay?
fun.
Yeah. That's cool. We like designing this like it's cool to get the opinion of the people.
The people of Ladonia.
The people of Ladonia, the people of Adobe Live. This is your flag.
Cool. I still do like the stick ones though.
Yeah, I like the stick ones too, but I think I'm definitely overruled.
Yeah, it's like I like it, but I'm not that important. The people have spoken.
The people have spoken.
When it's outlined.
They've cast their vote. Do you like it when the shapes are separated or when they kind of intersect?
I don't know.
Chat, what do you think?
I like them both.
Do you like it when the sticks are like further away?
When
they're
they're
actually
separated,
leaning?
it kind of looks like a language, music. Maybe it's like the sound of the rock in the
the
water.
sound of the
Like it
rock.
starts with the water, and then it's like
Yeah, that's pretty.
kind of
I think I like that
waves.
better. I like it. I think I like it also because it feels like this feels like two groups of objects.
Yeah.
And this feels a little bit more harmonious.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Ooh, Mohammed, that's a good question. Any advice for pricing a logo design and just ideas about pricing? They're wondering about what's like the minimum price that a freelancer can charge a client, blah, blah, blah.
I think it really depends. At first you should think about how much time it's going to take you and have an hour rate and calculate it. And if the client doesn't have the budget for it, after it's your choice if like it's an interesting project that you're willing to do for less money or not.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really hard to know like what's acceptable to charge, and sometimes people can respond really badly even if you price it low.
Right. They're like, what, I have to pay?
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes people just don't value design very much, and hopefully you don't have to work with those people.
Yeah, it's tough. But I think that's a good idea, Maxime, like if you're just starting out,
Yeah.
breaking things down by the hour and what you need to live and what you'd like to make.
Yeah, like
from there.
calculate how much it costs to like be you, you know, pay your rent, get your
Yeah.
haircut.
And I remember when, I don't remember which designer was saying that, but like when you're just starting and you don't have too much experience, like you can imagine how long it's going to take you and then double that time.
Yeah.
Because it's just like going to take you
Way longer,
way
than,
longer
you
than you
think.
think.
Yes. Yeah, seriously.
To
and
just
so you-
communicate with the client and
Right.
having to deal with feedbacks and
Yeah. Always like, that's a good point too, the feedbacks. Like when you should try to make contracts with people
Oh, yeah.
and always make sure that you put in the contract how many rounds of revision are allowed, so that afterwards when they ask for the 30th round of revision, you can go back and be like, listen, we agreed to 3 rounds of revision.
Give me money.
Yeah, if you want more, we're gonna have to charge you.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, last question, and then we're deciding a flag. Maxime,
yeah. Ooh.
solid or outline?
I think solid.
Yeah, more bold.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm down with it. Chat, do you agree? I think so. What's up, Mark? Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Hello, Kerwin.
Okay, let's put this into a. Do we have a presentation file, Maxime?
Not yet.
All right.
Not yet. Yeah, chat is agreeing. They like the solid option.
Okay, good to know.
Cool, cool.
Thanks, guys.
The delegation of Ladonia agrees.
So let's see how. Oh, we have shapes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those babies.
Forgot about that.
Oops.
I think that's for, declinaison. Declinaison? How do you say that in English?
What does it mean?
It's like a different version of the flag for like a poster or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's cool. It's probably good if the main version is like as clean as it can be.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, having like
I'd like to see it too though.
those
I'm gonna try it.
textures. I'm doing weird stuff. For the,
Is that the
if you
passport?
if you guys want to give me.
Ooh, very conceptual.
Yeah, so there's this one that's like kind of a simple version with the typeface, but also maybe trying to think. I kind of like not having like a container for all the steel, because it's kind of Ladonia is about freedom and art, and there's only this one that's got a container, but there's a stick.
Yeah, I'm freaking out.
Breaks it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like this one because it's more simple.
Where were the other ones you were looking at?
Yeah, I have those stuff too.
Yeah, there was one that was like an illustration too.
Yeah,
That
this.
one. Yeah, I like that one.
You like this one?
Yeah, can we see that on
It's
the?
more American. It's like, yeah,
Yeah,
we're
right.
going to launch this sculpture to the moon.
Yeah, really.
Gotta get there first. No shade, America.
Yeah, that's
That's
a
funny.
little more, yeah.
No, but like if you
Traditional.
take it out of the container
Yeah,
and just grab that little illustration, I'm curious to see what it would look like on the passport too.
Nice.
Let's see. So let's see how this flag will look
We gonna do
In
a
a little-
mock-up?
in a little mock-up.
Heck yes. Best part. It's so satisfying.
Yeah.
Like, look what I made with my bare hands.
Let's see. This is where I find out that my like my aspect ratio is definitely off.
Yeah. Oops. So chat, you have about 7 minutes left to get those challenge submissions uploaded. Get those sent over. We have one more stream after this, so if you're not totally done in 7 minutes, you get a little bit of time. But if you'd like specifically these two to review your work, get that sent over to us.
Yep. Show us.
There's already some really sweet ones. Ooh. Aspect ratio is okay.
Yeah. Not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's helpful that this mock-up is white and the flag is white
Yeah.
too. That saves me tons of time.
Dude, I like it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'd be happy with that flag if this was my country. All right, nice.
at the top of the sculpture.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, you could
Flag.
totally make that super realistic by adding a displacement map. I agree, Tim. Maybe for a final presentation, you could like really get in the nitty gritty for the mock-up. Dustin says, "Our flag! Our flag is born!
Yep.
Huzzah! Huzzah!" Cool. So doing a quick export.
Yep.
Nice. See what Maxime's up to. Oh, a nice
Yep.
blank page. Isn't that the best?
Ooh, yeah, I like it.
You like that?
I like that
Yeah,
one and
I
the
think
one
with colors and
on the right, the squiggles.
I like the
This one?
squiggles the best.
Yeah, the squiggles are cool.
The squigs.
yeah,
Yeah, I think that
it's a little more fun.
Maxime's like, I'm not into it, basically. It definitely looks like
Yeah.
wayfinding of some sort, like a map icon. to
Yeah,
me.
This one?
the one on the
squiggles. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or the one on
This-
the left.
Yeah, this could be like the little icon on the map.
Yeah,
You know?
that's what it reminds me,
I
because
think
it's like that's where the sculpture is.
the sculpture is called Nacmias or
Oh,
Nacmias, I don't know. Yeah, that'd be fun. I don't think we'll have the time to make a map, but to design little icons for every art pieces that are in Ladonia. That could be fun.
Yes, you are here.
right.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see what else is on our list.
Yeah. So
How are we,
We got a
feeling?
flag.
How are we feeling about our colors now that we see them in context? We've got water, stone, and grass or greenery.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
I think we'll see how it looks
Yeah.
in different scenarios. Maybe, I don't know if we can add more colors.
I think so. I think we can probably add shades, but we should probably, if we want it to be as, stick to our national identity, keep it as
Yeah.
limited as possible.
And so what else do we have to do?
So
On the
we've
list.
got national colors and a flag, somewhat established.
Cool.
You're plugging away on typography and passport.
Okay.
Next up is currency. Currency, stamps.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do some stamps because it'd be good to decide on a seal before we move on to the money.
Yeah, you can work on the stamp if you want.
Oh yeah,
Sweet.
let's make some stamps.
There's only a couple minutes left before we start looking at submissions, so don't
Okay,
worry about
great.
getting too far into them. You can always pick it up tomorrow.
Cool.
Ooh, is that GD from Nigeria? Welcome. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Can you give me the colors?
I absolutely can.
You're gonna say, I absolutely cannot give you those colors.
So, let's see. The blue is 0E53DA.
Oh, wow.
Did you get any of that?
0, E5, D, E, A.
No, 53DA.
Oh, 3. Did I get it right?
No, no E at the end.
Sorry, guys.
This is real life.
Yeah, we usually just text each other the
Yeah,
color
you-
values. This one's easier. The green is 00DB00.
Ooh, love that.
and the
Easier.
gray.
The gray is annoying. D8, no, DB, this is a vision test. C8, C3.
What?
C, D8, C8, C3. No, C.
Oh my god. Okay, I got
That
it.
looks right,
10,
yeah.
7, 2, 2, 1, 1, 9, 9.
Thank you, Sabrina.
You're welcome, Maxime.
Love it. Yeah, this is a good time to use CC libraries. Totally.
Yes,
Save those colors.
yep.
Have them
Yeah, we should do
wherever.
that.
Let's try to think about what a stamp looks like.
Has this cool, what would it be called? Filigrees? Scallops.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Wonder if there's like a stroke you could use.
Yeah,
There's
good
a million
question.
ways to do a million things.
Yeah, I always love, that's one of the cool things about Adobe Live is seeing people, how they work and being like, wow, I would have not thought about that.
Yeah, I think it's specifically cool with teams working live because you can really see collaboration happening and how different that looks for everyone.
Mm-hmm, totally.
Like some people have very distinct, like you do this, I do this, no exceptions. Some people kind of work on everything and pick their favorite.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely like to play with everything.
Mm-hmm.
So even though Maxime is a little bit more on typefaces, I want to be involved in that too.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of really try to split everything as equally as possible.
Nice. Yeah, that is the time limit for the challenge. Thank you, Rachel, for the reminder. So, chat, if you did not get your challenge submission uploaded in time, no worries. We have one more stream for the day after this, but we will be looking at your submissions in just a couple minutes when I get them open for the people who did get it uploaded. Very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. This work in progress thing is so cool.
Yeah, it's nice that you can get people's feedback in real time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't used it yet.
Yeah, me neither, but
Ooh.
I'm waiting for a time when I'm really stuck.
Yeah, like, please help me. I feel like most of the stuff I've been working on is like not, I can't share it. So it's like,
Yeah, that's hard too.
who do I get feedback from? Mohammed wants to know, do you use a platform for communication or collaboration, or just like physically being next to each other?
It's mostly that, and then when we have somebody freelance with us, we usually ask them to come in, or we just kind of give them a task, and then they check in when they need to. Yeah, we kind of like have confidence in people that we don't check up too often. But mostly because it's just the two of us and we're right next to each other. We were using Slack for a little bit to talk with, like if we're working on a really big project, to communicate with clients that need like a little bit more, you know, feedback in real time.
Right.
But for the most part, email works really well. And then, yeah, just being next to each other is helpful.
Yeah, I think specifically having those revisions in like processes set up from the beginning makes communication pretty easy. Like email would suffice.
Yeah.
It's like, I know I send this on this day, they respond by this day. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Does it ever end up that easily? I don't know.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that stamp.
Yeah, I think I need to actually look at what a stamp looks like.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think there's usually the price, but
Oh, yeah.
because
That's fun. We can include the typeface.
Oh yeah,
Let's see.
not that kind of stamp. Postage stamp.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, let's look at postage stamp. Yeah, that's pretty cool. 24 cents.
I wish. Oh my gosh. That looks more like it.
Yeah, right? That's a really interesting, like, is that on purpose? This extra long scallop?
Fancy.
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot more than what I have on mine. And I'm going to try to incorporate. How many ortogs should Ladonian stamp cost?
And what is an ortog? Is one a lot or is one a little?
I think he the creator of Ladonia said that one ortog is around the price of €1.
Okay.
So
1-to-1.
But we can base it off of something else. There's a micronation, I think, in the U.S. that their currency is based off of the price of Pillsbury cookie dough.
I wonder if that fluctuates very much. Who knows? And while you're building that last stamp, I'm getting all of these submissions open. We can pop over
Cool.
and take a peek in a moment. I'm just gonna real quickly try and see how many we really have. See how long we can spend on each one. Quite a lot. Let's see. Okay. Sweet. I think we have our starting point. You guys ready to look at some submissions?
Yeah.
All right, chat. So the challenge today was to create a promotional announcement poster for a Make Believe Adobe Live conference, creativity conference. So there's some really beautiful ones so far. Maybe Gus in the back can verify if we've looked at this one. Look familiar? How about this one?
This is cool.
Yeah.
Oh, in the last hour?
There were only a couple that were
Okay. All right, here we go. So we're starting with Guess Low or Just Low. Sweet. So again, this is an announcement poster for a creativity conference, so it should be inspirational, designed well.
Cool.
What do you think?
I like this one, breaking the box.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, love that. Like the use of red too.
Very Adobe.
Yeah,
Keeping it on brand.
The info is really simple.
Yep.
yeah, but that's nice to read.
Cool. I think maybe this gets a little tight
Oh yeah.
right there.
Yeah, watch your, the negative space of stuff. And maybe you can make
The D's are a little hard to read, maybe.
yeah.
Right. But I really like the splitting up of info.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really nice.
Yeah, I really like the idea.
And I like the condensed typeface. If anything, maybe you can make it be a little bit bigger, even you have a little bit of space to,
Here?
yeah, either at the top or at the bottom. At
Right.
the,
Cool. Nice
Yeah.
job, Just Low.
yeah, very cool.
All
Or
right.
maybe put creative conference inside the red
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's like kind of the
and make,
subtext.
make the red bigger and the small information even smaller, maybe. I don't know.
Push it further away from each other. Cool. All right, let's look at this one by Afroja.
Cool.
Adobe Live Creativity Conference.
Really
That's
nice.
fun.
Yeah.
It-
Do you prefer one over the other?
I think the one with 2018 in white.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's nice because otherwise that you get a lot of like gray space. It's nice.
yeah.
Like I like all the gray space, but it's nice to have that pop inside of it.
Right. Although I'm not sure if 2018 is like the most important info.
Yeah, maybe it's more creativity conference. Maybe you can switch that that hierarchy and have it the name of the event be the big thing.
Right.
Yeah, and maybe like a little bit more information, even if it's kind of textural. So like the date and the time. It doesn't need to be like the most important thing, but like it's always nice to include that info.
Yeah. Nice. All right, I recognize these two. That's by Andrea.
That's pretty fun.
This is
Yeah.
cool. It even
Yeah.
incorporates the Adobe Live planets
Cool.
shapes.
That's
Yeah.
great. Yeah. I
like
love the giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. I love the use of colors and like how you manipulated the photograph and all the gradients and stuff is really cool. It makes for like a really interesting poster.
Yeah, sometimes gradients are hard to use, but it's pretty well done.
Yeah, I actually have a little gradient thing I want to show you all after we look at all these submissions.
Oh,
Keep that in
cool.
mind. A little sneak peek.
Ooh, I love
Ooh.
this one.
Yeah, that's good.
The black and white team.
Yeah, we're black and white. Yeah, we're a sucker for all things black and white.
Right.
But it doesn't look like it's got too much information about the event itself.
True.
Yeah, there is no...
Yeah, it'd be good to have like at least the name of Adobe Live and Creative Conference. But as something that makes you want to learn more, I think that's a really good start. You know, you see it and you're like, you want to find out more about it.
Yeah, there's a story here for sure. Nice, Erwin. All right, Chelsea.
Cool.
Create 12th annual design conference.
It's like the Create flag.
Yeah, you
there
made
it is.
flag.
Perfect for
Awesome.
gradients.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. I love the
Yeah, I like the...
$250.
Pretty cheap
Yeah.
for a conference.
Yeah, that's really cool. I like what you did with the Adobe logo too, adding that gradient is a nice detail, make it, kind of make it work with the artwork that you created for that.
Yeah.
I'd say maybe the type is a little bit light. It's hard to read.
Yeah, compared to the lines, it's,
Yeah.
the lines are more visible than the type. So,
Yeah, maybe just look at using the like the regular weight or the medium weight of that
To balance,
typeface
right.
if it exists. Yeah.
True. Nice. But this nice juxtaposition between breaking the shape is super cool, Chelsea.
Yeah, I love that.
Nice. Here's another similar one. Oh, also by Chelsea.
Yeah,
Which
that's
one do we
awesome.
prefer?
Ooh,
yeah,
I think.
I like this one.
Yeah, I
Me
like
too.
the layout on this one, but I like the flag
energy of this
theme
one.
on the other one.
True.
But yeah, I think that this one is a little bit more strong in the layout.
Yeah, and the lines are better here. with
Yeah. Yeah, the
with the type.
hierarchy is better.
Nice.
Yeah, really, really cool.
Good job, Chelsea. All right. This is Sweet by Osama.
The, mm-hmm.
Cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's a cool design, but it's not really for the creativity conference, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be cool to have the, the event information.
But it's really,
Yeah.
it's a really cool poster.
Nice. All right. ALDC, Adobe Live Design Conference 2018. Oh, it's in a bunch of different places.
Cool.
Nice. Which one would you want to go to? SF, Denver, Chicago, Tampa.
Ooh.
Um,
I've never been to Chicago.
yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I'd love to go there.
Denver
Nice.
also.
Yeah, sign me up.
And
And I'll go to Tampa. I want to go to the beach.
Tampa, yeah.
Cool. Nice use of these cool gradients.
Mm-hmm.
Very on brand.
Yeah, it's a fun typeface.
Yeah.
Future.
Yeah, that's really cool. I wonder if you if you drew that yourself, and if you didn't, I think it'd be cool to try to experiment with like drawing it yourself. It's always nice for like fonts that look like handwriting.
Yeah.
If you can, if it's not like super long, if it's just one word or something, to try to experiment by like actually doing the hand lettering. It's really fun and gratifying, and the end result is usually really cool.
Yeah. The nuances are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And then here's the update from Osama with the actual creative stuff.
Oh, cool.
That's
Creative
nice.
jam. Yeah,
Nice.
nice. Yeah, I like the Swiss style. I like how you use that plus sign.
Bee
Little
hands.
bee hands.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Little shout out. Cool. Very
Yeah.
subtle.
Yeah.
I like how the type is, a little overlapping the crest.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Little tiny detail. Good job. All right, here's Caroline's
Cool.
Adobe Live Creativity Conference.
I love that color palette.
Although down
Yeah.
here it's making my eyes vibrate a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what does that say?
Yeah. Yeah, it works better with the white outlined than that like tan brown color.
Yeah, she kind of solves it here by making this a little bit lighter in the background and then having the orangish.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like the layout. It looks like you've got the necessary info. Very cool.
Nice. Going over to Tyrone. Got that awesome little toolbar over there.
That's great.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, free. Okay,
Free.
let's go.
Everybody.
I
Yeah.
would say maybe think about how you're organizing your information,
That's a good point.
because it looks a little bit like you're getting, or maybe you're giving away free Photoshop and free Illustrator, which maybe they are.
Yeah. Right,
don't
or is
know.
it the free conference? Who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah. So maybe
Yeah.
think a little bit about what you want the poster to say, and then organize the information in a way. But I really like the style, and I think it's clever to include the toolbar. That's like
Yeah. Everyone knows that.
yeah.
Totally recognizable.
Mhm.
Very cool. All right, this one's sweet. Let's go to this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great.
I like the graphic in the back.
Yeah, that's so nice. And I like those like little overlapping gradient shape.
These guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very on brand.
It's,
Mhm.
and
Totally.
it's funny to break Adobe because
Yeah. It's like not something that we see a lot.
Right.
yeah.
Right. It makes it something new, different. What do you think about the hierarchy here?
I think I can't really read too much what's written over the E, except for 2018
Yeah.
Creativity Conference. Yeah.
It's very light.
Yeah. So I'd maybe bring that a little bit more to the forefront. You have the space to play if you were to move Adobe up a little bit higher. Right now it's kind of a little centered. Then you can have like a secondary header under that says Creativity Conference, or you can incorporate it into that nice text block that says October and Las Vegas.
Yeah. This reads really well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'd be nice to include Creativity Conference in there because
Mhm.
you kind of don't know what the event
Yeah,
is
what it's
without
about.
it.
Right, but Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Maybe somewhere else. Personal preference. All right, we got Adobe Live by Robbie. This is like Robbie's brand. He always has these like 80s geometric colors.
Love
So
it.
I'm not
That's cool.
surprised to see these from him. KFC, yum, center. Cool.
Yeah,
That's nice.
that's really funny. I like.
The bottom typeface is fun.
I like the bottom
It's-
typeface. I was gonna say the same
Yeah,
thing.
this nice gradient is cool too. It's like not in your face, I'm a gradient. It like
Yeah.
more looks like a colored stroke.
Yeah, same
yeah.
thing. It's kind of like a drop shadow,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but it's like not something that you see or shadow type.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice, Robbie.
Really, really cool.
What do you think about the hierarchy in this one?
Design Expo looks good.
I think it's nice that you see Adobe right away and Design Expo. Yeah,
Yeah. Maybe.
maybe the smaller text could be a little bigger to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't have to get closer.
Yeah. You can also include a little bit more information about what it is, what it's about. I think having more text might be helpful. And maybe just think about like limiting the amount of display typefaces. You have like this one at the top, the Adobe, that's like really bold and has kind of a lot going on. And then you have the Design Expo that also is super bold and has a lot going on. So maybe when you're working on a poster, it's nice to think about choosing one typeface that has like tons of personality and character, and carry it through all of the big information. That might help it feel a little bit more cohesive from top to bottom.
Definitely. And Robbie does say that he had to rush to get this done, so this should say Creativity Conference, not Design Expo. No worries, Robbie.
Yeah, don't worry.
We got the picture. So I think that's all of them. Nice job, everyone.
Yeah, good
great
job.
work.
Seriously. So chat, if you didn't get your thing submitted, your submission submitted, no worries. We have one more string coming up in about 10, 12 minutes. So stick around for that. And before we jump into like closing up for the day, I want to show you that snake that I mentioned.
Yeah.
So we were talking about these beautiful gradients and how they're really kind of on brand for this kind of designy conference idea. And something that is coming pretty soon to Illustrator is a new way to build gradients.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah, so I'm going to make a shape and just fill it with a nice Adobe-ish orangish red. And then if we go into our gradient panel, you'll notice that there's a new option, freeform gradient. So let's click that, and it kind of adds these different nodes of color. So if you double click into one, let's add that red back in. Double click into another, maybe some aqua blue. Let's do a nice CMYK. Maybe we'll change this to magenta. Keep it real. Nice. And then,
awesome.
Usually when you set a gradient, you can kind of change the different locations of the colors, but here you can really move things naturally by moving them around like this, on a line even. You can change it back to points, so if you double click in here, you can make it bigger, change the color, drag it around.
That looks really fun to play with.
Yeah, that's great.
So it's almost like painting with gradients in Illustrator.
That's so nice.
yeah.
It's kind of like the old, the previous gradient mesh
Yeah,
tool, but like way more like easy to use.
right, definitely. And when you are using a line, it acts like the curvature tool in Illustrator, so you don't have to worry about like dragging out your angles. It'll kind of do it for you. So yeah, a little bit of a sneak. Keep an eye out for
Can't wait
that
for
in new Illustrator versions. And then we have about 5 minutes left. So is there anything you want to get done really quick, or you just want to go over what you've done today?
Yeah, maybe let's review where we are and what we're thinking about for tomorrow. So I think we have, let's put this into, I think we have our national colors.
Yes.
Oops. They are green, blue, and what was the word you used? Gray beige?
Grayish.
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 Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are our national colors. And let me grab them.
Oh no, Mitch, I'm so sorry for not getting to your submission. I didn't see it in here. Here, really super quick, I'm just gonna pop this up on the screen.
Yeah, we don't want to miss anybody.
Yeah, so his poster was Live for Nothing But the Joy of Being.
Ooh.
Alive. Oh, I get it, Adobe Live.
Oh,
so cool.
Yeah, that's so clever.
A little bit of copywriting,
Yeah,
Mhm.
like it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like posters like that.
me too.
Typographic.
Yeah, that's the kind of poster that you always like. You read it
Mhm.
no matter what.
Yeah, it's super
Um,
quick, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's really, really clever and really well done.
Mhm.
Yeah,
really?
maybe.
Oh, go ahead.
Maybe there's a. I mean, I don't know. I really like black and white, and I think it's kind of nice to have just Adobe in red
Yeah,
that
yeah.
pops out.
Yeah.
So it's actually really nice. The white, gray, and red and black.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm attracted to this typeface. It feels very Adobe to me.
Yeah.
This maybe feels a little old school, but maybe that's
Yeah.
just personal preference. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I like a serif. This one does look a little bit like maybe a more modern serif
Mm-hmm.
can be cool too to kind of contrast, but it's true that Adobe is a little bit more sans serif bold.
Yeah,
Um,
especially with this
yeah.
mark.
Mhm.
Nice job, Mitch.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Good
and I
job.
hope you stuck around for the review. Sorry we missed it.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah. Okay, so now we have 3 minutes, 2 minutes. So let's cover what you worked on, and then talk about what you're gonna do tomorrow.
All right. So here are our national colors.
The Ladonia colors.
The Ladonia color palette. And this is our flag. So we have that to start with, and then Maxime has been working on creating,
Yeah,
choosing
we
a
did.
typeface
Mm-hmm.
and making a seal.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I just quickly tried to mock up a passport.
Those colors are great together.
So we
Yeah.
didn't choose really like what the seal, the little illustration could be. I kind of like that too still. But I don't know, what do you guys think?
I like 1 and 3. I think maybe we
Me too.
can eliminate.
yeah, we can
2.
get rid of this one.
Yeah.
Right. And maybe we can do an official choice tomorrow
Yeah.
at the start of the stream. And then for now we can go over the rest of what you worked on and then what tomorrow is going to be.
Yep.
And we also chose a typeface.
Yeah, that's so cool.
It's going to be this one. With, it's called Peach. And
Oh, interesting.
Cool.
it works. I mean, I don't know if we decided on the typeface, but that's my personal favorite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it had the cool like
Yeah,
Yeah,
those like,
intersections.
interesting details.
Geometric and
Cool.
a little darker dot,
Yeah, it's bold.
which is
So we have our national colors, we have our flag. We're on the way to building a full identity for the Royal Republic of Ladonia. So we're going to decide on a seal tomorrow, finish up our passport design, and then we're
Yeah.
going to also make, tomorrow I think we're going to focus on currency. So what does money look like for
Money.
Ladonian citizens?
Perfect.
the stamps too, maybe.
Yeah,
And,
we're also going to make some stamps because how else will they be able to deliver their letters? They need to have.
Messages in bottles.
Yeah.
Maybe. Cool. So that's going to do it for us for this stream. Thank you, Faire Projects,
Yes,
Thank
thanks
you.
so
for
much,
being here with
Kathy.
us. We'll be back tomorrow at the exact same time. But for now, we have Christy Stevens and Erica Larson coming up to work on even more graphic design goodness. So they'll be live in about 5 minutes. Stay tuned, and we'll see you soon.
Yep. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.